Hello, I'm Horceror. I found out what makes every single killer tick. I need to know more. I've learned all there is to be learned from Killer 1 tricks, one for every single killer. So, I'm going to be talking to those that help shape our community for the better, going from your favorite creators to the people behind the scenes and everyone in between. Welcome to Stars of the Fog. Alright, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stars of the Fog. My guest here today is Mish, a Twitch ambassador, a DBD creator, and overall a shining pillar in the Dead by Daylight community. I'm very excited to have her on, and how about I give it to Mish and let her talk about herself for a little bit.
Oh my. Okay. Hello. Hello, guys. I don't really know what other accomplishments besides what you mentioned, but I have been in the DBD space since 2016. I started playing right when the game came out, but didn't really get super into it until the Halloween chapter released in October. But I've been in the DBD community kind of on and off since then.
Yeah, I feel that. I started in 2017, played for 100 hours, and then I quit till COVID.
Wait, really? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I played 100 hours. I just got a screenshot. Apparently, a member of my community played with me and was just randomly taking screenshots in 2017. So that was cool to
Oh,
see.
okay.
But yeah, I don't remember who made the video. It was Aughts or Spooky Loops, one of the two. But I was watching Aughts' Hitless series, and then I came across this video of why you should stream Dead by Daylight. And then I came back, and I'm like, oh, I'm already kind of trying to be a streamer. I think that'll be fine. I've streamed a league. Ugh.
Oh, you were a League player?
Yeah, I quit though. I'm clean.
I don't know about this interview anymore.
Okay, man. Okay, come on. I quit. Listen.
Okay, reformed.
Reformed. Actually, though,
Now Dead by Daylight player. I don't know if that's much better, but you know.
I think it's a lot better personally. So for you, obviously, you are a creator. You are a Dead by Daylight player. Might be news to some people, but you started in 2016. Was there an initial draw to the game that really brought you to it? Or did you just randomly see it and be like, here we go?
Oh my gosh. No, friends at the time were playing, and honestly, I didn't like it. I started before even like Nia and Nurse were in the game. And I was like, this game sucks. The killer's OP. They just find you, you're dead. Like, I didn't like it at all until I think like Myers came out, and I like revisited streams for the game. And I feel like by that point, people had kind of figured out looping a little bit more, because in the beginning it was really hide and seek, like everyone was hiding, so it was a very different type of game. It took a while for people to figure out how to loop and turn into more of a tag game, I feel like. So that's when I kind of got back into it.
You like more of the tag aspect than the horror aspect. I see.
Yes, I did not like the hide and seek idea. I've never been a stealthy player, so
Yeah, I don't even really like stealth games. Like stuff like Dishonored even. Like I just never really clicked with it, I guess.
yeah.
And you said that you came back about the time when Myers was released. So are you a big Halloween fan or a big horror fan in general? Or was that just happening to be the time that you came back?
I never even watched Halloween before that. It was more, I was hearing so much about the game again from other people, like, oh my God, they got Halloween, and the hype around the chapter, that I was like, okay, let me revisit this.
Let me see what they got.
Yeah. But most of the licenses that are in the game, I checked out after they were added into the game, besides probably like Saw.
So you did want to play a game, in fact.
Yes. I love Saw. They're some of my favorite movies.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, girl. Probably the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the second one. First and second, I feel like are really good. I don't know. I've watched all of them so many times that I feel like it's hard for me to pick a favorite, but probably the second one. I'm an Amanda fan.
The pig. I feel like I'm a bad Saw fan because my first time watching them, I was really bored one day. So I woke up at like 8. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch Saw today. And I finish it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch Saw 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7. Like, I just went down the list in one day.
Oh my God, you binged them?
So I can't really distinguish between them too much. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this was relatively enjoyable, but I have no idea which one is which.
I feel like that's the best way to do it though, because there's so much that connects from previous movies that I feel like it would be Like for the people that had to wait years, sometimes I have to go back and like rewatch some of the previous ones to know what they were talking about.
Yeah, I rewatch a lot of stuff when I'm seeing a sequel to something, absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course with Saw and Amanda, who did eventually come to the game later with the whole horror thing. Of course, that's a license. Michael Myers is a license. We have plenty of licenses in the game now. But A, do you have a favorite license in game at the moment? And B, if not, what would be your dream license to add to Dead by Daylight?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, my favorite licensed killer is Chucky, but he came on his own. So, you know, he's not really a full chapter, but I love Chucky. Chucky's my favorite killer. And then my dream license ever was always The Walking Dead. Obviously, we got The Walking Dead, but we only got 2 survivors. I would have loved like a full chapter, especially like a map. If we would have gotten like the prison or, you know, just something related to the show that was a little bit more of a full map, that would have been cool. But now that The Walking Dead's actually in the game, I have so many ideas for chapters to come in, but I don't know that I have like one specific one that I want over the others. I mean, I think Terminator would be cool. I think Jurassic Park would be really cool. A lot of those are just so hard to know how to incorporate, like the whole dinosaur thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they could pull that one off. It would be a little tough.
I mean, they just put Stranger Things back then. I have to say the power is very fun. I enjoy it a lot.
Yes. So good.
So I think if Behavior can do one thing, it's cooking with licenses and like translating them to Dead by Daylight.
Ooh, you know what show is really good? From? Have you ever heard of From?
I have not heard of From, no.
It's so good. I would love a chapter from that show. That's kind of a newer show.
You'd love a chapter from?
Yeah. And then something that's like totally maybe not in the horror genre, but I still think would be really cool. I love The Boys. The Boys is like one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
Have you watched The Boys?
I have seen up to season 4, which as of this recording is the current season.
Oh, yay. I love The Boys.
I mean, I've always been kind of a like, we're kind of towing the line on what makes horror, but I guess with Dead by Daylight, just having a lot of stuff about licenses and maybe being a little less horror related. I mean, we have like Lara Croft, Nick Cage.
Do you feel like the licenses should just be like in the horror genre? Or are you someone that's more open?
Oh, now you're interviewing me. Oh my God. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a diehard, it's gotta be horror, capital H.
Really? Okay.
But I've been translated into, I could see it work. Like there's a lot of really good licenses that I could see work that are like horrifying characters, but are not necessarily from horror. Like
Yeah.
the most obvious one I can think of, like Darth Vader. I wasn't really a big fan of that idea. Then I played a game and there's like a thing at the end of the game where he shows up and it's not a horror game, but it's terrifying. And like, I'm kind of coming around.
Okay.
You could get a Big Daddy from BioShock. Like
Okay.
I see the vision.
Yeah.
I just need someone to like sell it to me if it's not capital H horror.
Right.
Like The Thing,
Okay.
you could just put that in. No one's going to complain about The Thing. That's a lie. People will complain about The Thing. But like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like The Boys, right?
Yeah.
Like Homelander as the killer would be so sick. Obviously not horror, but I feel like they could do something and pull it off.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just kind of, I could see it working.
I felt some doubt there when you said, yeah.
No, I'm serious though. I can
There was
like
some slight doubt.
legitimate, like even with Tokyo Ghoul, I never would have been like, yeah, let's put Tokyo Ghoul in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then they cooked, and then they like didn't just take it 1-to-1. Like they did edit Kaneki a little bit, so he's more like fucked up and evil, and it makes more sense, and I like that about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm honestly open to anything when it comes to licenses. I'm down for anything. If they can somehow turn it into a chapter, I'm down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what Matthew Cote is doing, but he is really good at getting licenses. So keep it up, King.
I will say they have been like killing it with not just getting the license, but a lot of the early licenses, we didn't get the actor's likeness. We didn't get their actor to voice them. And in recent years, we've gotten spoiled.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the new Vecna is even like, I can't confirm it. We don't know at this exact second.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's Jamie Campbell. I would bet.
I know it sounds like him, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. And if not, that imitator is really good.
Yeah.
I love voice acting. I'm gonna get into it, crossing my fingers and hoping and coping and trusting and praying. But like, we've been talking an awful lot about licenses. So in hit game Dead by Daylight, a game where even you started, there were no licenses. It was just original characters. You had Meg, you had Dwight, you had Claude, you had Jake. So in current years, we have been getting spoiled for licenses. But how do you feel about original chapters? Do you prefer originals or licensed chapters? And do you think that BHVR does a good job maintaining a balance between the two choices?
I think some of the original chapters are probably some of the best designed for the game. I just think just because of how much more freedom they have in the decision making. That I feel like it usually translates better for the game. But I still like the licensed chapters. And I think the licensed chapters are kind of necessary to keep the game growing, to bring people in. Like even with this Stranger Things release, I can't tell you how many people in the last like 2 days have come into my stream and been like, hi, I just downloaded DVD because of Stranger Things. I have a question, blah, blah, blah. Right. So I feel like no matter what game you are, you're constantly losing players and you constantly need to bring new players in. And I think the licenses do a really good job at that. So I feel like they're kind of necessary to keep the game growing and keep people thinking about Dead by Daylight, I guess. Because even returning players come back when a license comes into the game that they're interested in. So, but my favorite original chapter is Oni and Yui.
Okay.
Yes. I love that one. I was not around when that one came out, so that's just kind of something I just ended up liking both of the characters. But those are probably my favorite. And then I love Billy. Billy's just, that's my boy.
I'm seeing a lot of similarities between you and a friend of mine because you like Yui, you like Billy, big fan of originals. I'm seeing
Yeah.
connecting the dots. I'm connecting them.
I mean, honestly, even Myers used to be one of my favorites until they changed him recently. Now I don't really find him as fun. So I feel like all of my top favorite killers are original for the most part. It's like Oni, Artist, Billy. I love Bubba too, though. Bubba's a good one. He's fun.
Original or having a chainsaw? Okay.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a Bubba?
When I was actually a new player, like in that little bit of time when I just came back to Dead by Daylight, and I was Survivor Man. I played David. I actually thought Cannibal is overpowered because I didn't know how to loop.
Okay, but do you like him now?
Yeah, he's pretty good to play against.
See, I always say that it's like a canon event for all new players to hate Bubba, and then eventually you learn how to play, and then you end up loving Bubba.
Yeah, exactly.
It just kind of like in the beginning, he is very annoying. He feels so overpowered.
I didn't even know what windows really were for 100. I know I was a noob, okay? You don't have to say it to me, but like I did not know what I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a pretty big achievement grinder back in the day, and I was looking down the achievements at the time. One was like destroy 100 hex totems, and I didn't think to Google it. I was like, what is a hex totem? Because I had never even interacted with the totems at all.
Oh my gosh. And I'm the opposite. I've literally never looked at my achievements. I've been playing for so long and I could care less about my achievements. I probably could have had them by now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But with me being a big noob, so not really knowing what's going on in hit game Dead by Daylight,
Right.
do you think there's anything specifically, maybe less so on the me being a noob thing, but just as a whole with the entire community, do you think there's like one big misconception that people don't really understand about the game that you think you could clear up right here and now?
Like for people that don't play or for people that do play?
I'll take both. I'll be greedy. I'll take both.
Okay. I think people that don't play, the biggest thing that I hear is like, doesn't this game get boring? Doesn't it like feel repetitive? But you can go against 5 lights back to back and they can all play completely different. So I feel like that kind of keeps the game feeling fresh. Same with your teammates. Like your teammates are always going to be different too. Like I feel like you just never know how the other person is going to play. So it kind of keeps things, you know, more interesting. And there's so much like just so many options now that you really don't get repeat killers like that back to back anymore like you used to. But for players in the game, oh girl, you can get me in trouble. So I'm Survivor main and, you know, I do have like a really large Survivor audience. And I think like one of the biggest complaints I always see is always like the whole idea behind like, oh my God, we got to fix tunneling and we got to fix camping. But I think because I've been around for so long and I've seen them try to implement things in the past to fix it, and I've seen like the issues with it, that I kind of feel like I wish people would try and learn to play around it instead of just being like, oh, I give up. You know what I mean?
I have people give up when I don't even injure them when I contaminate them. So yeah, let's lock in.
Yeah.
Let's walk in. Let's learn how to play. Let's watch tutorials with mama. Come on.
I can't. No, it's just like there's the idea we got to remove it, but I feel like it's kind of a necessary evil for the game. Like, I don't know. In the past, when they've tried to implement stuff, it's like people then use that immunity or whatever to play aggressively. And then it's like, how do you know if someone's actually being tunneled or if they're using it, you know, to play aggressively? Like, it used to be that was what happened with DS when it first came out, right?
And it didn't even deactivate when you got on gens. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes, exactly. So people would just run to the killer. Or even when BT came out originally, because camping was an issue and stuff, BT gave endurance to both the unhooker and the person on hook that was coming off.
Wow.
So people would just like bum rush the hook because they were like, oh, who cares? You know, like I'm gonna get away with my little endurance. So it was just like, I've just seen the issues that come from implementing things. And I feel like it's really hard because this game isn't super linear, you know, like there's so many little situations that kind of turn certain things into a problem. And I mean, that happens to both sides, you know, like it's same thing for killer, you know, they have to deal with stuff. We have to deal with stuff. It's just like, it's a little bit more complicated.
There are a lot of variables to this game, absolutely, with the killers and the teammates and the perks and the maps and the items and the add-ons.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot to like actually learn about the game.
Ooh, but you know what the biggest problem is? What do you think is the biggest? I'm interviewing you now.
Oh, is this allowed? Can you do that?
It is now. What do you think is the biggest issue with Dead by Daylight?
Okay, I have made a whole video on this, but
Wait, really? Okay.
yeah, self-promo, watch my video. Let me explain.
Okay.
I think Sprint Burst is the pinnacle of problems with Dead by Daylight.
Sprint burst. Okay.
Not necessarily just Sprint Burst, but exhaustion in general. But the idea is that because of how perks are designed and because of how killers are designed, and because a lot of the time if you try to just do like, oh, I'm just going to do a little fun build, you know, haha, you know, here's my deception, here's my diversion,
Yeah.
then you're not running something extremely strong. So inherently it's like, which side is bringing more busted shit? Like if I'm running into a 4 slowdown blight and I don't have like
Oh, yeah.
perks to deal with that, then I eat shit and die. But if I'm playing the pig and it's 4 sprint bursts, I eat shit and die, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like conceptually I would like it if perks were weaker or stronger depending on the killer you're facing, but I have no idea how that would be implemented, and just in general it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, implement ranked. That's my note.
See, for me, I feel like maps are so inconsistent.
Yeah, that too.
Like you'll have one map that's great, you know, and then you have another map that's just like completely awful for one side.
Yeah, pig on bad ham.
I wish it was a little bit more consistent across the board, and I wish they would like revisit maps more often. I mean, how long have they been saying they're going to do swamp, right?
I think since before I got back to Dead by Daylight. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time, like years.
Maybe it's been forgotten. Ruins.
Maybe.
Not Swamp, obviously. I don't think I know it. I know a couple people who like Swamp. But with all the things in Dead by Daylight, and you've been playing since the game's inception in general, you do like the variety of the game, and that's kind of how it didn't get boring. We covered that a little bit when talking about like the community outside of DBD doesn't understand. But for you, at least, what do you enjoy the most about Dead by Daylight? Is there one specific aspect of it, or is it just like the entire experience, the community, the gameplay? What is it?
Yeah. The interaction and the community. I feel like in the early years, the community was a lot smaller. It was just on Steam. So it was just the Steam player base, and it was like a little bit less popular of a game at the time. So I feel like I didn't really connect with the community the same way I connected whenever I started streaming again. I started streaming in 2020 again. So the community is kind of what keeps me engaged while streaming and playing this game. But game-wise, definitely like the interaction in game, like how much interaction you have, not just with the killer, but with your teammates too. I've made a ton of friends through just like random teammates I've had in game. I don't really enjoy solo games very much. So I feel like if I didn't have that, I really wouldn't be into DBD so much. I like the interaction. Like, I don't know if you played TCM, but it felt like with TCM, you could just kind of do your stuff and then leave and not necessarily work with your team too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like DBD is different, where you all kind of have to in order to succeed. So I like that.
Funny story about TCM actually is because that game was $40. I don't know if it still is, but I got it and I tried it. I played like 3 games and I'm like, okay, this isn't for me. I love Steam refunds for this exact reason. I was just like, I enjoyed playing it, but I didn't $40 enjoy playing it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was just like, let me get that refund. You know, you guys do your thing, have a good time, and I will go. I don't even remember what I spent it on after that, but
Yeah, it wasn't for me either. I try to, like, I usually do give those games a try just to see.
see if DVD will finally have a competitor,
Yeah.
have friendly competition, Dead by Daylight reference.
Would be nice. Would be nice.
Competition benefits the consumer, I will say that.
Very true.
Very true. And your biggest part of enjoying Dead by Daylight is your community and your interactions with your community, and that's kind of how you enjoy the game. Not really a solo queue person, not really a solo game type of person, but I kind of want to talk a little bit more about the content creator side of things and what your story was like as a creator. So in 2020, you were not a partner yet, and you started streaming again, hit game Dead by Daylight by Behavior Interactive, might have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your journey like to where you are now? From affiliate streamer in 2020 to Twitch ambassador, Twitch partner, iridescent tier, DBD creator now. Like, how did we get from there to here? What was the journey like? Do you have any memorable experiences as a creator? And what's been your favorite part of being a creator?
Oh my goodness. This is a big question.
I mean, I don't ask small questions. Come on now.
Okay, so I originally started streaming it because I got back into it. I took a break from 2018 to 2020 from playing DBD just altogether. And then obviously COVID happened. I had a lot of free time, started getting back into it. And I was like, well, I'm playing a lot. I should stream and maybe make some friends to play with and stuff. So originally I didn't really mean for it to turn into a job or anything. It was just, you know, trying to make friends. And I was living in like a new state. So I didn't really know a lot of people in the area too. So it was just kind of a way for me to socialize during COVID. But within like that first year, I felt like the stream was going really well, and then that's when I started to see the potential for it to become more. I started to try and take it a little bit more seriously, you know, started posting content outside of Twitch. That was like right when TikTok was kind of going crazy as well. So I started posting on there. Then a lot of people started coming over from there, and that's kind of what pushed me over into the partner numbers. Before I started to like focus on outside content, it was really, really hard to get into those like partner numbers. So I always recommend to any streamer that's looking to grow, post content on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it is that you like to use, and try to bring people in from those platforms, because Twitch discoverability is really, really, really bad. And it doesn't have to be something that feels like a big daunting task. Like, you can use that same content from multiple different platforms and just kind of make the most out of what you are posting, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I literally post my shorts on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, so.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do better on one platform than they will on a different one, so.
100%, because they're all looking for different stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be afraid to diversify your assets, as they say.
Yes, but also important to do that, not just for the exposure, but also for the stability as a creator, because when you are only relying on your Twitch income, it can really make streaming feel a little bit more stressful, especially once you start to be just full time and you don't have any other like income sources. So I feel like YouTube's definitely like the long term goal, just so that you can have that like other stream of income along with, you know, TikTok pays, but it really doesn't pay the same as YouTube does. Oh, yes. My most memorable experience as a creator. I feel like TwitchCon was really, I don't know, almost like a surreal experience, because I'd been on Twitch for such a long time, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just like being able to see those people in person and like put a face to the name and just like physically see the type of impact that you're having on other people is really special, I think, and very motivating.
Yeah, it was really cool actually, because I did briefly meet you at TwitchCon because you were streaming downstairs. I think it was the evening of the second night, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
But Ari checked Twitch and he was like, oh, Mish is streaming downstairs at TwitchCon. Let's go. And we just had like a 30 people or so from the Dead by Daylight community.
Yeah.
We just basically went down there to, you know, to raid in real life. So
Yeah.
it was really cool. And this was,
Yeah.
was this your first year as well?
No, this was my second year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a very cool thing. It's one thing to obviously like see people in chat, you know, tell you things, but it's like a whole different level to have those people in person telling you these things, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. This was my first year going, and I specifically went because I told my community, well, if I hit partner this year being 2025, I'm gonna go to TwitchCon. And then I hit minute. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm going.
Well, I gotta go.
Yeah, the really messed up thing about what Twitch did to me when I hit partner, I hit it at first application, which is A, uncommon, and B, not what I'm complaining about. But they emailed me telling me that I hit partner 15 minutes before I went live, so I was just a mess. It was really it was really
Oh,
bad.
wow. Oh, that's awesome though.
Yeah, I was crying for like 2 hours. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Did you go live at your normal time?
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course. I'm a real
Yeah.
genuine type of guy, I think. I wasn't gonna be like, yeah, guys, I hit Twitch partner. I don't even really care.
I'll stream tomorrow.
I'm too cool for that.
That's awesome.
I was very dehydrated. Let's just say that.
I also got mine first try. Look at us.
Yep, dap me up.
Yup.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just genuine. I said I did a lot of collabs, I did charity work, and just overall, I felt like I was a good influence in the community, just like you. But speaking of charity work, you've done a good bit of community things,
I have, yes.
such as tournaments, such as charity work.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the Dead by Daylight community does a good bit of tourneys for charity, and I think
Yes.
that's a really positive aspect of the community in general. Do you have like notes you want to share about doing charity stuff, or like why you do charity work, or just in general want to talk about
Yeah.
the stuff that you do where you put this small indie game from 2016 with Michael Myers in it into raising thousands of dollars for those who need it?
Yeah. Once I started to build a community, I felt like there was almost like a responsibility to make sure that you use that community to have a positive impact. Like there's something really special, I think, about being able to come together and support a good cause. You know, I feel like when I was little, I was like, my family had to rely on certain charities and stuff for things that I was dealing with at the time. Like I have a heart problem. I remember as a kid, I would spend a lot of time in the hospital and my parents lived very far away. So even like things like the Ronald McDonald charity that, you know, kind of helps to put your family up while you're in the hospital. That was really big. The American Heart Association helped to create the procedure that I've had done 3 times, which is like a cardiac ablation. So I just felt like because of those experiences, now that I do have the platform to be able to have some sort of positive impact on charities that make an impact like that on others, I feel like there's a responsibility to use that for good. And I try to do 2 big ones every year. Usually I do them on my own, just kind of like, you know, special stream, raise money. But this year I decided to kind of take it to a different level a little bit. We did do a streamer type of event that was like, it was a bunch of streamers. Everyone was playing without names showing or anything. And people were meant to guess who was who, as well as like vote people through without knowing who was on each team. So that was my first thing I've ever put together that was like a streamer type of tournament. But I've usually always done like community stuff, like within my community, or just something special just on my own. I just always wanted to make sure if I ever did do something like that, that I really took my time with it and tried to make it something special, something different. And hopefully the people that watched that and participated in that felt that way.
Not to sound like a fake fan, this was the mystery tournament, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted I was gonna feel bad, like, oh yeah, it was this one. No, stupid, it was the other one.
Yeah, that one.
But yeah, as someone that's been part of a charity tournament, I wasn't the host, but my friend, the Mr. Headache, and think they were hosting this charity tournament, and I was just kind of one of the people behind the scenes. Those tournaments take a lot of manpower or like guidelines to actually set up behind the scenes. Like it looks relatively simple when things go simply, but there were like dozens of people behind the scenes of like these 2 people, and like it was always so impressive, and I can't even imagine the scale like you were at too. Goodness.
Yeah, like the mystery one that I did was like the only one I've done myself. And I had like 2 or 3 people that helped leading up to the tournament. And then on the actual like tournament day, I can't tell you like how many people helped to kind of bring it together. But yeah, there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes. And, you know, people are like, when are you going to do another one? And I'm like, girl,
I'm tired.
that is like months of planning. That is not something you can just, oh yeah, we'll do it next weekend, you know? But it is really fun, and it is like a cool way to meet people. You know, some of the friends that I made through participating in other people's tournaments. So I think that's like the biggest thing about those things is like it's definitely a good opportunity to meet some friends within the community and just kind of get together, have a good time together. But it does take a lot of planning and it takes a lot of patience, and it's always a learning experience. I feel like you always learn what you can do better for next time, you know?
Yeah. I love learning. It's why I play hit game Dead by Daylight, where there's thousands of things to learn every day.
And everything you learn changes at some point. So you got to relearn it.
Yeah. I mean, not my killer to most point. I mean, I'm getting 2 more zombies in 2v8, so that's cool.
Oh, you're an Emmy main.
Yeah, I dabble in the Nemesis.
Oh.
For me mating the Nemesis, or you not
Yeah.
knowing that I made the Nemesis?
No, for you maining the Nemesis.
I don't think it's a red flag. I think he's a
What's a red flag? What character is a red flag?
Nia, specifically with the blue and pink hair.
That's crazy. Interview's over.
No, but okay. Now you have to interview me. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. There was a point when I would say Nancy, but I've kind of gotten over it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really think there's inherently just like I side eye it, you know?
Yeah, I tease a lot, but I don't think there's really anything that I'm like, you know, that you genuinely feel that way.
I think the only red flag character in the game is whoever I'm talking to at the time's main.
True, true. Oh, I will say there has been eras where it was a red flag. Like the Skull Merchant 3 gen situation. That was an era.
Okay, that is fair. That is fair.
That was an era, you know, like there's certain eras where you're like, okay, a little much, but not in general.
Was there a specific era of DBD that you really enjoyed playing the game especially? Obviously not during the Skull Merchant 3 gen era. Was there a really special time in Dead by Daylight's history that you significantly enjoyed playing the game? And on the opposite end of things, I suppose, was there a time in the game that the meta or the era, as we so put it, turned you off the game to the point of quitting it?
I quit close to like early 2018. And the reason I quit was more related to how repetitive the game got. Because at the time, I felt like everyone was playing like the same 3 characters. Mind you, like there was no crossplay, no console. Like when they introduced crossplay, that was like one of the best decisions for the game because you got so much more variety. Whereas back then, it wouldn't just be the same character, it would literally be the same person playing that character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of burnt me out. So I just like stopped playing. And then I became most addicted when I got back because I came back after 2.5 years and I missed so many chapters that I almost felt like a new game. Even the stuff that had been in the game before. Like I remember Tinker was super meta when I got back and I was like, what the heck? Since when does Tinker make them silent? You know what I mean? Like that was like a perk I thought I knew, but it had been changed while I was gone. So it was like a lot of stuff that I did know, I had to relearn. And then there was so many chapters that I missed during my break that I had to learn so many killers at once. And that kind of turned into like a bit of an addiction, I think, is just like playing the game and trying to like relearn it and learn all the new stuff and all the new perks, all that stuff. So that was girl, I was playing like 12 hours a day, I want to say, during that time.
Wow.
Crazy. Too much free time.
I see we lowered it a little bit since then.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, just a tad. I mean, I can't say anything either. I remember I would do like 10-hour streams 5 days a week. Oy, oy, oy.
Never went into like streaming for that long of a period of time, but I definitely would play on stream and then go off stream and play again. And you know what I mean? Like I would play with friends off stream for like hours and hours, stream for like my normal 4 or 5 hours. But that was definitely when I was like most addicted. Nowadays, I don't really play off stream just to I kind of like keeping most of my gameplay on stream just so that I'm like more
Fresh.
excited and more fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I will get an invite like, hey, do you want to play DBD when you're not live? I'm like, no, I really don't. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing the game. I have a good time. I enjoy playing Dead by Daylight. Hot take.
I know, me too, yeah. But I'm trying to avoid burning out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the way that I had burnt out years ago. Like I don't want to have that. So for me, I just like very much limit my time off stream. I do occasionally play off stream if like, you know, maybe with a friend that I haven't talked to in a while or something, but for the most part, I kind of keep it on stream.
Yeah, exactly. And like my 5 days a week, 10 hours a day, all live, I was burning out.
Yeah.
So I lowered it to 4 days. And then like using that other day to even just like edit content for the whole growth thing. And that's how
Yeah.
I hit partner, guys. I made content not on Twitch. Wow.
Crazy.
Just grinding on Twitch is, I mean this in the nicest way possible. If you were just doing Twitch, like it is kind of a waste of time because the discoverability is not there.
Yeah. 100%.
Like even if you just cut like a day and make like shorts or make YouTube videos or make something elsewhere.
Yeah. Your hours are so much better spent editing if you can put aside some time for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like use your stream time to record and then the outside time to edit for sure. Yeah.
And when you do stream, do you have like any real goals for content making? Like, how do you usually come up with an idea for what you want to do with a stream or with a video? Like, do you just sit there for 5 minutes and be like, what do I want to do? And then you do it? Or do you just like boot up stream and you're like, oh, something cool happened, I'll make that a video? Like, what is the process really like? And how do you make a Mish video TM?
I kind of honestly take a lot of my community's engagement and kind of take inspiration from that. Like if I notice I'm getting a question very often, then I'm like, okay, maybe I need to make a video about this because a lot of people are asking that, you know? So I do kind of allow them to lead me in a lot of ways. But my favorite kind of content, or I like to take the game a little more lighthearted. I definitely don't play for escape. I play a lot for teamwork. It's like I said before, my favorite part is like interacting. So if I can go back in, save my teammate, and they make it out and I die, I'm happy with that. So I feel like a lot of my content is more so just like real interactions that I have just as a solo queue player, and those tend to be like some of my favorite videos just because I feel like sometimes people get burnt out from taking the game so serious. And I think with DBD, it doesn't matter how good of a player you are. If you solo queue and you're the best DBD player ever, like you're not going to escape every single match. You know what I mean? So I feel like I just kind of try and lean into that, and hopefully it kind of helps with the enjoyment of the people in my stream with the game itself, because I myself, I feel like burnt out for that same reason when I did burn out, because it was super repetitive. And also like, I think at the time I was probably taking things, not necessarily that I was taking things super serious, but I feel like in, you know, the people that I was playing with and like the community in general was like feeling super negative about the game. And I feel like when you're around that all the time, it really does start to affect you, and it starts to make you see the game that way, you know? So yeah, that's kind of my little approach to things.
Yeah, and perhaps it would be okay if some people play other games than just Dead by Daylight 100% of the time. Maybe a hot take?
This is true.
Maybe a good take? I don't know. And do you do anything outside of Dead by Daylighting when it comes to gaming? Or are you just kind of, I'm gonna play DBD, I'm gonna edit my DBD, and then that's gonna be it? You have like a favorite game? Do you enjoy Civ 5? What are your hobbies? You know, what do you enjoy doing?
I've never played a game as much as I played DVD, but I do dabble in other games from time to time. Like, I guess right now, my off-stream game would be Fortnite. I know Fortnite in 2026. It's pretty fun, okay? And lately I've been playing this little simulator game. I've been enjoying that. Nothing ever for as long as I have Dead by Daylight. Like there's definitely no other game that has gotten 9,000 hours out of me, you know? How many hours do you have?
In Dead by Daylight, I'm closing in on 6,000. By the time this video is up, I will probably be over that.
Okay.
I remember back in the day when I quit Dota 2. Sorry, another
Yeah.
MOBA, I know, red flag. But like, I'm clean, I swear. I don't play MOBAs anymore. But like, I quit Dota 2 with 2,500 hours, and I'm like, I'm never gonna have a game hit this high again. And here I am with more than double that.
Yeah, I know. Like thousands of hours in other games sounds insane. But honestly, like a lot of the people that I know that have been playing since 2016 have way more hours than I do. So I feel like no one blinks an eye. Everyone's like, oh, you have 10,000 hours? Cool.
Yes, that's not even that much if
Yeah.
you really think about it. I mean, that's not even like what is 10,000 hours?
Too much.
That's only like 416 full days. Like that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's fine. Who needs sleep anyway?
Not me. That's a lie. I love sleep. I love sleeping.
Me too. Who doesn't?
I'm gonna do that this evening after I stream. Wow. We did kind of talk a little bit about like the type of content you enjoy making, but how about on the other side of things? How about the content you enjoy watching? Because I'm not going to say that every creator watches every other creator. I think that would be unrealistic, and reasonably there's so many videos out there, but
Yeah.
do you have a favorite content creator, or Dead by Daylight or otherwise? And do you think there's anyone out there that's just kind of like a little underrated that you would like to see more people stick to their content because you enjoy it so much?
Oh my. I feel like I don't really watch a ton of DBD content. Occasionally, I'll watch like a video, on YouTube or whatever, but I do watch a lot of streams. But I mainly watch streams because I like interacting with the streamers, or I like hearing about, whatever it is they have to say versus like watching just a video that's more focused on DBD itself. But when it comes to like my actual like content consumption, it's honestly mostly other stuff. I don't feel like I really spend a ton of time watching YouTube videos or TikToks about DBD. Is that bad?
No, I mean, maybe I'm a bad person to ask that because I also don't do it because it's like, it's also kind of like, I like DBD and I don't want to burn out of DBD, so I don't really interact with DBD as much outside of like my own stuff.
Right, because yeah.
Maybe I could handle like, like, oh, here's Pixel Bush's 4-hour lore video. Because I don't do lore stuff. That's not really my thing that I care about. But like, I don't know. I mean, it's just two of us saying exactly, and we're just agreeing because we're in the same box. So
Well, for anyone that maybe doesn't get it, it's like you stream DBD for 4 or 5 hours, then you spend, X amount of hours watching that back to get a video for DBD, and then it's just like, it's a lot of DBD in your day that it's like you kind of want to focus on something else in your free time.
like getting an epic victory royale in Fortnite.
Right. Honestly, I don't even watch any Fortnite content now that I think about it.
I also do not watch any Fortnite content.
Do you play Fortnite?
No.
Oh, what do you play?
Well, actually, right before this call, I was playing Dead Space's remake.
Okay, I know what that is.
But in general, yeah, I don't really have like a main game at the moment.
Okay.
I've been pushing through my backlog of like 30-ish games or so.
Okay.
And after the Game Awards announcement of Divinity,
Yeah.
which I'm very excited for, I have been playing Divinity Original Sin 1 with my friend that I played the second one with because we never got around to it.
Okay. I like opening Pokemon cards.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, I probably really basic. Snorlax and Dragonite.
Okay, well, mine are just little guys. I like Smoliv and I like Snom. Those are the goats for me.
Okay.
I think they're just funny looking little guys. Like, it's great. And while we're speaking about favorite Pokemon, how about a different type of favorites? So, people that know you will know your Nia outfit with the blue hair and the Iron Maiden shirt. That's the Mish classic, one might say.
Yes.
Would you say that's your favorite cosmetic in the game? And what really drew you to such a cosmetic, such an iconic look for yourself?
I'll be honest, I did not know that I would be known for that outfit or that hair when I equipped it. I am a creature of habit. I do not like change. So I very rarely change my outfits. I very rarely, like, you'll notice a lot of times I'm like running the same perks. I'm a creature of habit, and that's kind of where that came from. It's not really anything else. Now, my favorite cosmetics in game, probably Artist in general. Like, her design is one of my favorites. I love her cosmetics. I feel like she has some of the best cosmetics. I feel like her power was like super creative. I just love everything about her. But yeah, I don't know. The wig thing, I didn't even know that people were gonna know me for my wig. It just kind of happened. It just happened. I never was someone that like would buy every cosmetic and like change my cosmetics all the time. And I'm like that in every game that I play, to be honest. I don't really care too much about the cosmetics. I just kind of equip whatever looks nice to me, and that's it. That'll be my outfit for like 3 years.
And that kind of brings back the whole like original chapters cooking on design with Artists. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But me personally, I do own all of my characters' cosmetics, all 2 of them.
Yeah. Lots of options there.
I mean, the classic skin, perfect, beautiful. Has one clipping error that I will always notice, but until that gets fixed, I'm happy with where I'm at personally.
Are you a Resident Evil fan or are you just like Nemi?
Funny story, actually, because we were talking about not really being into horror, bringing us into Dead by Daylight, but rather Dead by Daylight got us into horror.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Oh, okay.
I started playing Resident Evil because I was a Nemesis main, and
Nice.
I played RE2 Remake. It was on sale. I'm like, damn, that was pretty good. And then I played the rest of the series.
I'm gonna play that this month
RE2 Remake for the first time?
for the first time. Yep. I've never played any Resident Evil. Hopefully I enjoy it. I'm not very good at puzzle games typically, so hopefully it's not too hard, but I've heard really, really good things.
I would say between the horror survivals of Silent Hill and Resident Evil has the easier puzzles.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Because Silent Hill gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I haven't played Silent Hill either, so
Yeah.
I don't really know what to compare it to, but I'm excited. I've gotten so much like positive feedback on Resident Evil 2.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Resident Evil 3 is the one you're going to get less positive feedback, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, really?
I think it's a fine game. I don't think it's a fine full price game because it feels like a DLC for Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It will make a lot more sense after you've like played them, but yeah, Nemesis he's okay, I guess. I'm not going to take you on the whole tangent of my opinions on Nemesis in Resident Evil 3 Remake because it's a lot. Resident Evil is a very fun franchise. I'm very excited for Resident Evil 9 that comes out in less than 2 months, maybe even less than that by the time this video is up, but
9 is crazy. That's crazy.
yeah.
Okay, I lied to you, honestly. I did play one Resident Evil game, but I don't know if it counts.
Okay, which one was it though?
It was okay, see, this is where I'm like, I don't think it counts. It was on my Wii and it was Umbrella Chronicles.
Okay.
I don't think that counts, right?
It's canon.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really like it.
I didn't play it, so I have no opinion.
Shooting the zombies with your little Wii remote was not ideal. I didn't really play it much, so I don't even remember the story, but I know I played it, and that's like my only experience ever with Resident Evil.
Okay, well, RE2 Remake will be a much higher bar for you to set then for Resident Evil quality.
Okay, good.
I do have opinions on the series. I won't bore you with them too much, but RE2 is good. RE4 Remake is really good. RE4 Classic is really good. RE3 is like, yeah, it's okay. All of the mainline ones are definitely worth playing, except Zero. I hate Zero. I am like trying so hard to not drive off the road with this discussion. I'm so serious. No.
This will turn into a 3-hour video.
So here's why I don't like this game. And it's longer than the game. Oh my god. It would be like a minute in. You would notice it. Sorry, spoilers if you didn't want to hear about the RE0 inventory system. Now, driving the car back onto the road, do you think there are any fundamental problems with the Dead by Daylight?
Kind of talked about it. I think maps are a problem, but when you say fundamental,
With the game design, there are problems with it? Or is it just like a specific aspect? Like, is there something deeper, perhaps, that could be fixed? Or is there something that is so deep and so fundamentally flawed it could never be fixed without a second game?
I don't know, but someone better fix those frame drops I've been having for the last year.
Oh yeah, and then you'll just like get yanked back like a few feet, but so does everyone else in the lobby.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm so easy to please that people think, "Oh my god, why don't you complain about this?" But I'm like, I don't really have strong feelings on the topic, you know?
Yeah.
I enjoy the game for what it is, and I know it's not perfect, but I think that's kind of part of why I like the game so much, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like I think there's always discussion on balance, right? And oh, this killer's not balanced, this killer's too strong, this killer's too weak. But in my opinion, I think that's what makes the game fun. Like, I like that sometimes you go against killers that are a little bit on the weaker side, and then the next match you're gonna go against a killer that's a lot stronger.
Hydrogen bomb.
And I think it's not meant to be balanced, you know? And I think like that's part of why I enjoy the game so much.
And would there be anything you would change if you could? Or do you think it's just great the way it is? Like, just say you have a genie. It's a Dead by Daylight specific genie for whatever reason. I don't make up the lore of the hypotheticals. I just make up the hypothetical, okay? If you could change anything in Dead by Daylight, what would it be? If no holds barred, no red tape, anything.
I feel like I don't really understand the point of the whole rank system nowadays. It doesn't really do anything. And I feel like people get really caught up into like, oh my gosh, I need to 4K so I can rank up or whatever. When in reality, rank doesn't really mean anything. You know, you play the game, you're going to rank up. And it doesn't even affect your matchmaking, which is also confusing. So then it's like, why is it there? You know, that's a little outdated. I think the biggest thing I would change is 100% the in-game explanation for everything. Everything is like a whole textbook to learn about a perk or a ability or whatever. When I feel like it would be really, really nice if maybe we took a page out of your favorite game and
Hold on.
put a little clip, you know, explaining what each thing is, and that way it's a little bit more visual instead of just being a wall of text and being overwhelming. Because honestly, as a new player, I'm not going to sit there and read everything when I don't even understand what half the words mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me go read the doctor's power real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're going to read Sprint Burst, and Sprint Burst is a simple explanation, but then it's like, what the hell is exhaustion? You know, like, I don't know. It's just very confusing, too wordy, and needs to be more visual. Some clips would be nice, you know?
Or even an in-depth tutorial. Who said that?
Yeah, I actually made a tutorial for YouTube because I feel like the in-game tutorial does not tell you the important stuff. So it's like all of that, I think, there's a huge barrier to new players understanding things. And like, did you know, like, honestly, that there is an area in the game that explains all the status effects?
I do actually know that because I specifically made a video on things I think should be added to Dead by Daylight, and one of the comments was really annoying about it, saying, "Oh, but actually, this is already in the game, idiot." And I was like, okay, damn.
Okay, but it's hard to find and no one knows it exists.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
You clearly didn't know. Exactly. Most people don't know that it's there. It's there, but it's so awful, so wordy, so hard to find that it's like no one is going to. It would be nice, even if, like, okay, let's say they don't add a clip. They could highlight words in the description and then you hover over that and it explains what the word is instead of having to go to the tutorial and then finding the definitions of status effects. Like, I don't know. It could be done so much simpler.
Yeah.
So that's a whole rant. That's, you know, I'm getting really passionate about this right now.
Oh no. It's really funny because you were saying like, oh yeah, I don't really have an opinion on this type of thing. And then the next question, you're like, actually,
I know.
I'm bringing out the opinions.
Listen, I just like helping new players, and I feel like it just annoys me that there's not better assistance in the game. I know the potential of the game, but I also know
The learning curve is a wall.
yes, it's really hard to learn.
Hope you have ice picks for that climb. Jesus. It's just... Would you have anything you would want to say specifically to these news players aside from like go watch a YouTube video on how to play? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know if I could just be
mean,
like, hey, what's some basic new player advice? But I mean, just while we're here, you know, I might as well.
yeah, I think the tutorial emphasizes stealth and emphasizes some things that don't matter as much as like camera control. I think is one of the most important things, like being able to maneuver your character and look behind you so you can keep an eye on the killer. That's super important. But I think the sooner you start interacting and stop being afraid of interacting with the killer, the better off you'll be because you'll actually learn how to deal with it a lot better, a lot faster. I think that tutorials like hide in a locker and crouch blah blah blah, and it's like yes, in some situations you want to be stealthy, but honestly you're gonna learn so much faster by interacting with the killer and getting over that fear of chases.
Yeah, because the tutorial and the actual game are two very different things.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't go to this one earlier because I had a whole bunch of other threads that I could pull, but now I do kind of want to go back to the map thing because it's come up 3 separate times. For you, A, what's your favorite map? B, what's your least favorite map? And C, on the aspect of all of the map design kind of holding back a lot of the quality of games that you play, is there anything that you would change about how maps are designed aside from just the very vague concept of standardizing them more?
I wish they would stop revisiting tiles and adding in tiles that are not as fun. Listen, I have beef with them removing like jungle gyms for those like little weird, I don't even know what you call that loop where it's like the little Z looking wall that's kind of, do you know what I'm talking about with the window vault? But it's like a long Z wall.
Yes.
And then there's like a pallet, almost like a 4-lane,
Yeah.
but it's like one Z wall is on the last wall. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really hate that tile. That tile sucks. See, like I like LT walls. LT walls I feel like are really fun and provide opportunity for the other side to, it's almost like a 50-50, right? There's like a good bit of mind game to it. I feel like it's very interactive in that way. Jungle gyms can be kind of annoying for weaker killers. So obviously you can't have them be every tile, but I feel like some of these newer ones they're adding in, I'm like,
What are we doing?
it doesn't even feel like a 50-50. It does not feel fun to play on either side. But anyways, I kind of went off on a tangent. See, maybe I do feel passionate about things. Maybe I just don't know it, you know?
Oh no, you're being passionate when I ask you things about that's crazy.
Maybe I do have opinions.
I love opinions.
My favorite maps are the OG maps. I love Macmillan, Asylum. I'm very sad about some of the changes that they've made to Coldwind. Autohaven I still enjoy as well. I feel like a lot of those OG maps were made simpler. They play really well as opposed to like now we kind of get maps that I feel like maybe look great, but they don't really play as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of my complaints is Nostromo, the tiles on it are actually fine. I don't really have a problem with the tiles as much as it is that all the rocks kind of blend in together. So you don't even know if you're running to a loop. You know what I mean? Everything's just kind of one color palette and it's not, things don't really stand out. And there's a lot of like the rocks kind of stick out.
Yeah.
To where you get stuck super easy. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the newer maps don't play well. Toba's the opposite, where Toba's like too much going on, where I just feel like overstimulated almost.
Yeah, I think that's a common issue with Toba, is that it's very
Kind of all over the place.
it's very overstimulating. It's too noisy, and then
Yeah.
maybe a skill
Yeah.
issue on my part, but sometimes I hear a barrel through the wall and I'm like, oh, that crackling, that's a survivor walking, and it's a barrel. And I'm like, okay.
No, yeah. And same with like the new Ormond, so loud. I don't know. There's like little things like that that I feel like sometimes simpler is better, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've kind of been talking and I have been asking you a good bit of questions here for a while in this interview, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, this Stars of the Fog episode. In terms of things lasting and the length that they will go, when it comes to the game that both you and I stream, make content for, play, enjoy, have a significant portion of our lives in Dead by Daylight, how long do you think it will be before the game finally ends and stops getting content updates and overall reaches the daylight? That is, when do you think Dead by Daylight will die?
Hopefully never. I mean, I don't really see it happening anytime soon, to be honest. Like, I know people are always like, oh, DBD's dying. Or when a new competitor comes out, there's always like people saying that. But I feel like DBD has been, they're just so established at this point that I feel like it's going to be really hard for that to happen anytime soon. They have so many licenses. It's such a unique game. There's nothing else like it that I feel like even the people that quit, uninstall, like how many people do you know that are like, oh, I'm done with DBD, uninstall, and then come back, you know, a year or two later. I feel like it's just as much as people want to stop playing, there's nothing else out there like it. And I feel like that's what's going to continue to allow it to grow and continue to suck people back in, you know?
Yeah. And that's another thing that competition would improve is that once people say, oh, yeah, I'm going to quit, they could actually.
Yeah, play something else. Yeah. And the thing is, for me, I feel like in order for that to happen, it has to be an original game. Like, I don't think that a licensed specific game is going to be enough to compete because there's something special about being able to play any character in the horror genre compared to just a Michael game, you know?
Or a Bubba game.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it has to be something that can compete in how creative it can get, you know? Those games typically have to be locked down because of the lore or the story or the character, and you don't have the same flexibility.
They have a imposed limit to the heights that they can go to just because they're stuck with one license.
Yeah.
Because like if you have, I know I'm like kicking a dead horse at this point, but like with the Killer Clowns game, like what content are you going to drop for that game? It's not like, oh yeah, we're going to put Freddy in the Killer Clowns game. What?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I think they got Elvira, if I'm not mistaken. That's cool, but that's not gonna like revitalize the game. Killer Clowns, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. I feel like it has to be an original game and it has to be something that is fun enough to actually compete.
It has to be fun and it has to have potential for growth outside of just here's my license. Isn't that cool? And while maybe not on the Dead by Daylight dying specifically, but do you think there's anything that would cause you to fall out of love with the game, or do you think you're kind of locked in for life at this point?
I mean, I can never say for life, but I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. Even if I wasn't streaming at this point, I enjoy the game enough that I know I would still play it. Just because, like, even whenever I go on break or whatever, like, I do miss playing. So I know I enjoy the game right now. I feel like maybe the one thing that annoys me sometimes is when the game gets a bit repetitive in like the killers you're facing or the maps you're getting put on. But as long as there continues to be variety and there continues to be, a good mix of things, I don't see myself getting burnt out anytime soon.
Hell yeah. I feel like I'm kind of the same way. Just there's always a lot to do. There's a lot to play. There's a lot to see. There's a lot of people to meet. Community's fantastic. I enjoy being here, actually.
Me too.
It is I'm gonna be really corny for a second, but like I think hitting partner, and that was sort of the moment that I really felt like I was part of a community for the first time. That was like, holy shit,
Oh,
people
that's
enjoy
awesome.
my presence and being around me and watching my stuff. And that was very, very cool. And I don't think I would have been able to really do that in any other community. Well, I mean, maybe I could eventually, but Dead by Daylight's the first place I felt like welcomed. And that's been a really cool experience for me.
That is so well put because I always kind of say, like, whenever people do tell me negative things about the game, I feel like I'm so biased because of everything that DBD has given me that it's like, it's not even related to my stream necessarily, but also just friends that I've made through it, memories. I mean, I've been playing this game for 10 years, So it's just, I feel like it's gone so much past just, oh, this game is fun, Like there's an emotional attachment to it for sure. So I probably view the game very different than someone that is just downloading the game today.
Yeah, for sure. It's more than just a hide and seek game to me, man. I can loop, but also the community means a lot to me. But like genuinely, unironically.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And my final question for you here is not one about the game of Dead by Daylight, but about you as a creator, as a person. Do you have a white whale for you when it comes to making content? That is, do you have something that you want to do content-wise that would be like the big one? Is there a final goal for you for fulfillment? Who do you want to be as a content creator?
Oh my gosh, this is a hard one.
I'm not here to ask easy questions. That's in the FAQ.
I think my biggest goal with streaming and content at this stage is, I guess, like, I don't want to be someone people talk to just for DVD, which if you watch my streams, I feel like we talk about a lot of different stuff. And I feel like that has always been the biggest thing for me that has allowed me to enjoy streaming so much is being able to connect with people on things outside of the game. So at some point, I would love to be able to kind of maybe do a little bit more. I've done a little bit of IRL content, but not a ton. I would love to get to a stage where we can kind of combine a lot of that I've done so far with DVD, but more personal. Like one of my bigger, this is just like little ideas I've had, but like maybe doing like an IRL stream where it's like for charity, but instead of like raising money for it, maybe people buy things. I take those things in person. Let's say it's an animal shelter, right? And we take all of these little beds there and, kind of showcase the dogs that are up for adoption or whatever, just like being able to maybe take some of those like charity efforts that we've done with DVD, but maybe make it a bit more personal. And obviously something like that would take a lot of help in real life, so it's not something I can do quite yet, but eventually I want to get to a point where we are able to do something a little bit more hands-on as opposed to, you know, just like financial. I want people to see the impact that they're making, you know?
And like we were saying earlier with the setting up charity tournaments, even like it does take a lot of effort to set up that type of thing. So if you were going to be doing that, you'd have to do all the precautions, make sure everyone would be chill with it, it's like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah, there's so many like little red tape things too. It's definitely a little bit harder to set up. Yeah, I think especially like Twitch in general has gotten such a, the IRL category has grown a lot, and some people maybe view that category and are not like a huge fan of it, but there is also like a lot of cool stuff from that. You know, even like people traveling and streaming their travels and stuff. I think that's really cool because a lot of people don't get the opportunity to travel. So it's kind of a way to see things a little bit more personal than just looking at pictures online or something, you know?
and traveling is very cool because of how many diverse people there are. I know it's really corny and really broad, but it is really cool to see how many diverse groups there are across the world even, and that's kind of a big part of what makes DVD.
Same with Twitch. Like Twitch is so diverse. Like I think that's one of the coolest parts about Twitch, Dead by Daylight, all of those things I feel like are what drew me to them, is like the amount of diversity, the amount of like things I've learned from people too, from other countries. I'm sure you've had the same with your stream and stuff. You just like learn things about other people and it's just really cool.
Yeah, or you'll have someone in like a completely opposite side of the world be like, yeah, it's 3 a.m., but I finally caught a stream because I woke up in the middle of the night. And I'm like,
Yeah,
for me? Really?
I know. Yeah,
It's so cool.
it is. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. That's kind of all I've got here. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to talk to me with no passion, very nonchalantly.
Right. With no opinions, just.
No opinions, just the facts.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me on.
Now for the end bit, I usually just let my guests talk a little bit. Not that you've been doing any of that today, but just where people can find you, all your links, anything you want people to check out, any other closing note. Time is yours. Go for it.
Sure. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch Monday through Friday, live at 11 a.m. And my username on Twitch is Mish. Everywhere else, it's probably Mish. And I have a Twitter, but she's kind of scary, so I don't really visit her often. It's a little scary over there. But yeah, that's about it.
So you, dear viewer, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Go check out Mish or probably Mish on all these links here on your screen. It'll also be in the description below. And, gotta do the YouTube thing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps me a lot. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you a lot. And thank you for being here. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, morning, noon, evening, night, whatever it might be, wherever you might be, and whenever it might be. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.